Welcome back to War Thunder and welcome aboard some Air RB action here aboard the Italian C.205 Serie 1. A few words about this plane. It is very similar to the C.202 in terms of armament, and it comes after the C.202 which I thought I would love, but the gameplay has shown me otherwise. It's, well, let's be kind, let's say the MG151s under the wings are not very preferable for the flight performance. I knew that, I just didn't expect it to hammer it down that much. So I was not really surprised when I found out that in my hands, the C.202 Serie 1 performed better in the average games that I played than the C.202 But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about tanks again. Yes, I'm sorry, but it's just the time of the big announcements, and I wanted to apologize for the last video where I just rambled on about certain things, you know, the video about 871 or 873 vehicles that I own by now. When I made the thumbnail it was 871, but then the reward vehicles came in and I had two more. But I think, you know, it's not really important if you have 871 or 873. For me, it's just important that for me personally I have unlocked every tech tree vehicle that there is. Again, I probably will not achieve the goal of having spaded everything. There's just too much that I have to respade. But there were two very nice announcements today, so yesterday if you're watching the video, which were the Fulda Gap, and you know, the pictures that we saw, the interactive pictures, were absolutely nice. They were beautiful, a beautiful map, a beautiful game map design, depends where the spawns are and so on. The one thing that was actually a bit strange were the wind wheels or wind generators, because they look very modern. So it's definitely no World War II map or something like this. But I think they also are looking a bit too modern for, you know, 1960s, 1970s. I'm not quite sure. I think there might be possibility for long-range engagements, and you know, a lot of ridge lines, the castle as a short-range brawling area. It looks promising, but it's also the tanks that will perform on it that catch my eye. So we were announced another version of the M60A1 with the reactive armor, then also the T64. And today there were the Kampfpanzer 70 and the MBT-70, which are basically the same tank, but will be featured in both the American and the German tech tree. And it's the look of the tank that absolutely fascinates me. It looks like an RU-251 on steroids, or a Leopard with a really badass turret. And it's also the stats that were provided in the dev blog that were, I guess, outstanding. But, you know, just so far, I don't know too much about the M60 version or the T64A. It's just that they will have, or the MBT-70 and the Kampfpanzer 70 will have around about 1,500 horsepower. That's really awesome, I can tell you that. Then the top speed is around about 64 kilometers an hour. I guess they will also reach it, so I hope it's not a theoretical top speed like on the Leopard that you rarely achieve. Then also the specifications said, sorry about this, that it should be safe from APDS rounds at a distance of around about 800 meters. And numerous other shell types should interact with the armor in certain ways. But overall, in a short summary, in a nutshell if you like, it was stated that there is spaced armor, and that should protect from APDS rounds, again the distance being 800 meters. Not sure which APDS rounds they were asking for being protected from, but then also that the distance between the two armor plates is not thick enough to really stop heat shells, but I guess HESH shells will do not enough damage, because you know even a additional track or a side skirt even can stop a HESH round in the current meta, which is nice, I have to say. Just to give you a short impression of what I'm talking about, if the FV4005 fires at the side skirts of the E100, it will not even track the E100. So this is how powerful spaced armor is against HESH. Back to the MBT-70 / Kampfpanzer 70, I now will call it just Kampfpanzer 70, you know what I'm talking about. It is also stat that it has 3 crew members, and all of them are housed in the turret. Now that's interesting. Does this mean even the driver is mounted in the turret? Well, that's interesting. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. Then, a 152mm gun, which is auto-loading. Now, let's just talk about the auto-loading mechanism. Will it be some kind of clip or magazine that you have to reload like in the Cheery 2, which I guess still has some troublesome game mechanics when the gunner / the loader gets hit, and you then have to reload for the full magazine reload rate for one shell, which is, you know, not beneficial in an autoloader? Or will it be a single auto-loading mechanism that just reloads very fast? When I say what I expect is around about something between 8 and 10 seconds, you know, when it's that fast, when it's being advertised that fast. Then it says that it's not just able to fire ATGMs, like I guess the M60A2, the Starship, or the Sheridan, but it is also capable of firing sub-caliber rounds. The barrel looks a bit short, so I'm not quite sure if it will be APDS or APFSDS, which amount of penetration it will have, and which shell type is the one you have to grind for, or if it gets them all from stock. It's just not, you know, mentioned. So overall, I like the package. The package seems to be really nice, and you know, the USA and the Germans will get both the same tank, practically, just with a different name. I like that. I like the concept. So I'm really looking forward to the patch. And just to go back to the map design, well, it looks absolutely nice, I have to say, again. And I'm really hoping that Gaijin will give us long-range engagement possibilities that hopefully will not be, you know, completely, I guess, quenched by CAS. And then I'm waiting for the next generation of AAA vehicles, I guess, to be announced. Yeah, so that's it for the announcements of today or yesterday. So you can see I can actually handle my opponents here quite well, shooting at the P36G and finally killing him. He was low on energy, and it looks just awesome that also a Spitfire is going down. That's always really nice. And now, you know, while in the vicinity, let's strafe some AAA and artillery positions. This is not the most impact that you can have on the game, it's just for me for the personal grind, in addition to the already done 2 kills. You know, grinding with those planes is nice, it's fast, but you still can, you know, cut it a bit short, take everything that you can get. Of course, 3 more kills would be awesome, but it's a bit unlikely. And I guess I have to return to the base anyway, because to reset the internal engine overheating timer, I guess, and also to restock ammunition. By the way, this is everything done with stock ammunition, which just simply doesn't convince me, just to have said it. And just because I'm looking at it currently at the news page, the next milestone, or the last milestone for the Operation Summer event, is set to be at 3,500,000 tasks completed. So here we have 3,487,000 tasks being completed. So I assume that on or today, on Friday, as you will see the video, the last task will be unlocked. So that's just a new camouflage for the Type 65 and the Ki-94. Well, then that also will be from the table, as we say in Germany. And, well, it's really nice what comes afterwards. So I can now tell you that I'm really looking forward for today's announcement, so Friday again. And I'm waiting for ships. Something with ships. Maybe the close beta will start. You know, it's very unlikely, I have to say, because of some interviews and announcements, but maybe even some new vehicles get announced for the ships to be tested, a new test round. What about certain other additions, for example the Japanese? You know, that'll be very interesting. A little bit of upgrades in terms of CAS, or maybe even some better tanks. By the way, there is one tank that I need to play a bit more often. I have to spade it, not respade it, and it is the what was it? The G2 yeah, which comes before the Chiri 2. It's 4.7, and the battles that I have played, well, the gun is awesome. But then you face a lot of the Jumbo Shermans, which are too well protected because you don't have access to APCR. And also the armor on this tank is for low penetration guns, like on the 75mm equipped Jumbo. Actually not that easy to reliably penetrate, or certain up-tiered KV-1 tanks. So at long distance, being angled and so on, this tank is not too bad. I will also try to get back into, you know, making certain tank reviews. I have some ideas. Then I'm looking for the new patch, and overall I think I will like the next few weeks. So I'm not quite sure. It seems like you guys are not very impressed with my last videos, because I got the impression that you guys thought I'd spent some negativity, but I'm not just always hyping everything. I'm always also trying to see potential problems and how to overcome them. Not everything is possible to do in one video, so sometimes it's a bit on the negative side. I apologize for that. Let's have a quick look at the post-battle results. 71,000 civil lines, 4,500 research points, and we can go through some spading. So that's it from me today. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please give this video a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know in the comment section what you are waiting for and what you want to see next. We will see each other in the skies and on the battlefields of War Thunder.